Hey everybody. All right, so today our lesson for today is to look at what's called a transformation, okay? And we're going to be talking about that with respect to quadratics, what we've been studying, okay? So, first of all, what is a transformation? So let's go ahead and define that real quick. So, definition of a transformation. So, what we mean by that is a transformation is nothing more than just the movement of a graph. So a transformation is how the graph has moved. Okay? And so we're going to be talking about 4 transformations today. We're going to be talking about if the graph moves to the left, and then if it moves to the right, if it goes up, or if it goes down. These 4 transformations are essentially what we're going to be talking about, okay? Now, we have to ask ourselves here, since we're going to be transforming quadratics here, what exactly is the starting ground? What is the most basic quadratic that we have out there? Okay, so if I asked you to give me the most basic of the basic quadratic, so meaning y equals what do you think that would be? What do you think is the most basic quadratic that we can have, that we can graph? Okay, well, it's going to be y equals x squared. Okay, first of all, remember, you've learned that the squared here is what defines a quadratic. That's what tells you have a quadratic to begin with. You know, if you had y equals x plus 4, is that a quadratic? No, because there's no I don't see any squareds here with the x term. So that's not a quadratic. So the most basic of the basic quadratics is x squared. Okay? Now, what I'm referring to here, this most basic graph, okay, is another definition. Okay? And that definition is called a parent graph, or parent function, whatever one you want to call it. So the parent function is the most basic function, or in this case, I guess I'll say graph, the most basic graph of the type of equation you're dealing with. Of the type of equation, I should say, you have. Okay? And there are many parent functions. Okay, but the only one that I'm really going to hark on today is the x squared. Okay, so the parent function, so I should say the parent quadratic is x squared. Okay, so what we're going to do in a minute is we are going to look at x squared, and we're going to talk about, okay, well, what happens if we move it? If we move it to the left or if we move it to the right, how is that going to affect the equation? Okay, so in the next video, we're actually going to be doing some examples, okay, going over the rules, so to speak, and then we'll actually apply it to graphing, okay?